All right, right now, The Last of Us is becoming a phenom. We already saw that it was like the largest debut for a new series for HBO, for an original show for ages, all that kind of stuff. The numbers are doing good. Well, The Last of Us Episode 2 just broke an all-time HBO viewership mark, as Episode 2 had the largest gain of viewers from Episode 1 to Episode 2 of any HBO series in history, going up by 22%.
Wow.
This comes to us from Screen Rant, who writes the following. The Last of Us continues to grow in popularity as Episode 2, Infected, yields a massive increase in viewership from last week's series premiere. HBO's hugely anticipated adaptation of the beloved PlayStation game of the same name has received widespread acclaim, so on and so forth. In a recent Nielsen report via Variety, documents the very impressive debut ratings that The Last of Us generated in its first episode, When You're Lost in the Darkness, which opened to 4.7 million viewers in the U.S. across HBO and linear telecasts. The report has revealed a whopping Episode 2 jump of 22%, with a total of 5.7 million viewers, the largest ever increase for an HBO original drama series between its first and second episodes. So, couple things to take away here from this. Number one, clearly everybody loves this show, because that means everybody came back and they brought 22% more people along with them because of the word of mouth. Everybody's come back to watch it again, and they've told people about it, and they're coming on to watch again. And you're only going to see the viewership go up. We're only going to watch it go up, as long as the quality stays. And I haven't seen the rest of the show, so I don't know if the quality stays high or not. I'm going to guess that it does. You only see the numbers climb. So that's one huge takeaway. And I know I come back to this all the time and I sound like a broken record, but I don't care. Netflix, are you paying attention? See what happens when you go week after week and you allow a word of mouth to build, and you let new audiences jump on board without feeling like they're already behind everybody else too much? This is what kind of thing that can happen. At any rate, couldn't happen to a better show. I was thrilled to see these numbers. Anyway, Chris, you see this. Breaks an all-time HBO record. Biggest increase from a week 1 to week 2. What's your takeaway?
People are talking about it. HBO always delivers on their shows. They do such a great job. The same way that we're not going to bet against James Cameron, we don't bet against HBO. All right. They know what they're doing. And this team they have behind it is so great. I feel like this is also just a really great water cooler show. You want to talk about your theories. You want to talk about what's happening. You want to talk about where this could go, whether or not you've played the game before or you're totally new to the franchise. There's a lot to say about this show. There's a lot of other things surrounding it, the after show, the podcast and everything too, that I think if you want to be able to jump into, that conversation at your lunch break at work, you need to be watching this.
Rob, you see the numbers, huge increase on HBO Max. What's your takeaway?
Well, I think that, like the game itself, it captured an audience that didn't know what it was. If you've heard about Last of Us but didn't quite know, I mean, it's not surprising to me, because look at The Walking Dead. That's been a huge hit. This whole post-apocalyptic, quote-unquote, zombie survival epic. The thing about Last of Us is it delivers a great story. Again, just like the game, it's emotional, it's personal. It's not just zombies are running around. It's a man and his daughter, and it connects with people on that emotional level, more so than I think something like Walking Dead has done, especially in its latter seasons, because it was always more the same. This also has a quest. There's a quest here. They're on a quest. They're going to go find something. So it's not like It has, presumably, for those of you who don't know, it does have an ending. It does have a place where it is going. And I think that everything about the show makes it really desirable. It makes for very compelling television. I mean, we're already at the end of episode 3. We're going to be 33% of the way through the series already. And John,
that's a depressing thought.
They'll do season 2, but they've knocked it out of the park, man. I mean, for me, it was, if all they showed us was that 5-minute opening with that doctor in Jakarta, I'd be like, that was great. I would have felt that would have been a satisfying episode of the, and just leave it at that. Boom. I mean, come on.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think of these numbers? It's never a small thing when you set like any kind of record. And for HBO, which has the history of television it does, to have the biggest growth between episode 1 and episode 2 with these types of numbers is impressive. What do you attribute this growth to? The show is obviously excellent. People are talking about it. How high do you think this viewership can go? Can it get into Game of Thrones kind of numbers? Who knows? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. We want to thank a sponsor of this video, MasterClass. MasterClass offers classes on a wide variety of topics, all taught by world-class instructors at the very top of their fields. Each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. And MasterClass is completely accessible on your phone, the web, smart TV, and available via audio mode to listen to classes on the go. They have over 2,500 video lessons from over 180 of today's most brilliant minds. They're all available anytime, anywhere on iOS, Android, desktop, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Now, obviously around here on the John Campea Show, we love our movies, so why not learn filmmaking from Jodie Foster, or maybe directing from Ron Howard himself, or the great Neil Gaiman doing his masterclass on the art of storytelling. And you guys have heard me talk about my favorite masterclass, Business Strategy and Leadership by Big Papa Iger himself, Bob Iger, the new and returning CEO of Disney. Guys, I highly recommend that you check it out. This holiday, give the perfect gift of an annual Masterclass membership and get one free. Go to masterclass.com/Campea today. That's masterclass.com/Campea. Terms apply.